Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Tashana and I'm a self-published author, and I use my platform to share information about self-publishing just because when I was researching I wanted to find everything in one place. So I'm gonna try to put as much content out so that you can have it right here. Now today I'm going to talk about traditional versus self-publishing. Just to note that there is no right or wrong way, it's just what works for you. So for traditional publishing, it usually requires you to have a literary agent, one who will pitch your content to a publishing house who would then decide if they want to work with you. If they decide to work with you, then you will be responsible for writing your content, and they'll be responsible for getting the graphics, the editing, and marketing. Now also note that you will also be responsible for marketing your book. It's not solely up to the publisher. Note too that your literary agent is due commission, and his commission comes from your royalty. The publishing house also owns a part of your copyright. You do not own 100% of that. And you, for traditional publishing, you would usually get an upfront lump sum from the publisher to help in your writing process. Now, once you have published, it is expected that you will not start getting your physical royalty until that portion that was paid over to you has been paid back to the publisher. So that's one of the things that you have to consider. Also with traditional publishing, the publisher, it usually takes around 2 to 3 years to actually get your book published. So we find that a lot of people are now choosing to go the self-publishing route. One, because it's a lot quicker and they can manage the process, or they'll find somebody to help them or guide them through the process. So self-publishing now, as the name suggests, really means that you manage the process yourself. So the publishing house doesn't manage it for you. You manage the process yourself. You are responsible for writing your content. You are responsible for hiring an editor. You are responsible for hiring a graphic designer, and you are responsible for publishing and marketing your book. Now you are doing these things, but you are responsible for these things, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you are doing everything every step of the way. So in self-publishing, it is recommended, one, that you hire a professional illustrator, a professional editor, to ensure that your book looks just as good as if it was traditionally published. So this is why we say for self-publishing, it doesn't mean that you do everything for yourself. It simply means that you manage the process. Now, self-publishing you can take 60 to 90 days to a year. You are the one who sets your timeline. You set your goal as to when you want your book to be completed, and you work with your timeline. So there is no publisher or your publishing house telling you that this is your deadline, you have to get chapter 1 out, chapter 2 by this time. You are responsible for your timeline, and so you set that. Self-publishing also allows you to own 100% of your copyright. So once you have written the content, then you own the content, right? So you don't have to share anything with the publisher in terms of the rights of your book. Self-publishing also allows you, if you use any one of the platforms, like for example Amazon, self-publishing way allows you to earn up to 70% of your royalties. Now what that means, the other portion goes to Amazon or the platform that you're using, Ingram, Spark, or Drafted Digital, whichever. They also take a portion of the royalty, but you can earn up to 70% of your royalty in self-publishing. As I said before, there is no right or wrong way to do it. It's just what works for you. For traditional publishing, the publisher may not decide to work with you, or you may be sitting there waiting on somebody to decide that they want to work with you. Versus self-publishing, you can get it done, hire the people that you need to help you get your book from point A to point B. And so that is why we find over the last few years, you're now finding quite a number of self-published authors coming out there, because platforms like Amazon and Ingram Spark have made it a little bit easier for people or individuals to actually do the publishing themselves. And so those are a few of the differences with self-publishing and traditional publishing. Now, you'll have to know the ins and outs. As a self-publisher, you have to know the quirks in terms of how you're going to publish, which platform you're going to publish on, the print-on-demand services like Amazon or Ingram Spark. You will need to know how you're going to lay out your book, how your book is going to look. Do you want to have certain, do you want your book to have a glossy look or a matte look? The size of your book. These are things that you have to consider as a self-published author, right? So yes, you have to think about a lot more things, and the management process is on you. But at the end of the day, you own the rights fully to your content, and you are earning up to 70% of your royalty. Now, you can choose whether you're gonna do traditional publishing or self-publishing. There is no right and wrong way. I hope this video was helpful. Please remember, if you want to find out more or learn more about self-publishing, like, comment below, and subscribe so you can know whenever the next video comes. Thank you and take care.